Head for the Cure 5K events are not only successful fundraisers in the fight against brain cancer, but unique tributes for those currently fighting this terrible disease and remembering those who have lost their battles. Head for the Cure was started in honor of a man named Chris Anthony. Chris's motto was always keeping the faith. He lived it daily. He signed off every email with keeping the faith, and his faith enabled him to maintain his grace, dignity, courage, and strength throughout his illness. That's why every year we honor brain cancer patients and their loved ones with a special recognition we call Keeping the Faith. Each of their stories is personal and special, and all are inspiring. Bree Frey, nominated by Ashley Rosa. To the person I can't imagine life without, I'm marveled by your strength and courage. You came into my life as a blessing. I came into yours to help you fight and to always be the person you can tell that you're scared. After our third scare of dealing with brain cancer, you are still in remission and still cancer-free. While each coming scan is always just as scary and nerve-wracking, we are still getting clear scans. With 2 years of being cancer-free, I have so much faith in you that no matter what, we will get through anything. You have so much love and support from your family and I that I know you will always make it. If cancer does decide to come back, I will be here to help you fight. I will be here to help you through chemo. I will even be the one to shave your head and do that photo shoot you dread. Your strength and courage will get you through anything life throws at you, and we will always be here beside you. I love you more always, to my person from your person. Also nominated by Natalie Schumber. Bree, you are the strongest woman I know. You have battled the largest battle many times, and you shine brighter than most ever would. You inspire me and encourage me through your laughter and happiness. I am very proud to call you my best friend and my sister by heart. You are beautiful inside and out. No matter what happens, I'll be here to fight the battle with you along the sides of the army of support you have. I love you more than words. Barb Laidley, nominated by Patty Lejeune. In early 2013, Barb started to have headaches and went to her PCP, who said she had a sinus infection. The sinus infection went on with headaches for a few months. She was having trouble managing through the day and started to have mood changes. She thought she was depressed and checked herself into Jefferson Hospital. She went through a week there complaining about headaches before they decided to do a CT scan where our lives, especially Barb's, were changed drastically. She was given the news that she had a brain tumor. She was then transferred to AGH, where she had surgery to remove the tumor, which turned out to be stage 4 glioblastoma. After a few complications, she began to heal and recover and was then transferred to another hospital for rehabilitation. She finally came home after long stays at hospitals and began chemo and radiation treatments. After some time, a benign tumor was found in her spine, which led to another surgery and more complications. A shunt had to be placed to drain fluids to help with her mobility. It has been 7 years since her diagnosis, and each day brings new challenges. With the support of her family and friends, she has always fought and stayed strong throughout this hard time. Barb is a true warrior. Cancer can't win this race. Allie Beckus, nominated by Michelle Gigliotti. Allie Beckus presented in status epilepticus at age 5 and was termed idiopathic. She had her first brain surgery at age 13 at CHP due to a neurologist recommending another MRI. Her MRI was misdiagnosed as cortical dysplasia. I asked that her slides be sent to Penn Medicine and took Allie to Cleveland Clinic. Her migraines with vomiting and paresthesias in the extremities made us frequent flyers in the ER. When I saw infiltration, I knew we were dealing with a tumor and not cortical dysplasia. We jumped into action. She had burr hole surgery, and Dr. Monaco and Dr. Drapatz pulled her slides from her first surgery and strained it. It was a tumor at age 13. After burr hole, it showed it was now an astrocytoma WHO2. She received brain surgery without total resection due to the mass being in the right frontal insular region. We then went to Penn Medicine and received proton therapy for 6 weeks. We did not miss a day, even through 3 nor'easters, our train breaking, and me hitching her and I a ride to the hospital. She then started chemo at Hillman. It was very difficult. She developed DVTs. She was put on anticoagulants and hemorrhaged. She had emergency surgery and then put on Lovenox. She had many transfusions and developed Graves' disease and had to have thyroid ablation. She was in ICU and hospitalized many times due to low blood counts, vomiting, and given fluids. She finally reached remission and got ocular shingles, which lasted 8 months. Her eye still had ptosis, and following a corneal specialist at eye and ear. I have my daughter. She is a warrior. As a mom, this cancer has broke me, but she has such resiliency. Thank you for your courage and for allowing us to honor you. New this year, the Legacy of Love nomination is easily defined by actions of integrity, encouragement, determination, and truly loving and serving others, especially those in need. Tom Rachel, nominated by Jim Armstrong. The Brain Cancer Awareness 5K started as a result of Tom's late wife, Barb, developing brain cancer and her encouragement to do something to make others aware of this terrible disease. Barb passed shortly after the first year's 5K, but Tom has been a force of continued support to everyone around him as president of the BCA 5K. Though he has sometimes wanted to quit, he has pressed through and found the strength to keep motivating others. He continues the fight to raise funds to put toward research for finding a cure. Also nominated by your wife, Michelle. I would like to nominate my husband, Tom Rachel, for the Legacy of Love Award. The operative word for Tom is love. Love for his late wife, Barbara Rachel, and for the love of the BCA 5K and Head for the Cure team and all of those that are in the family. Tom has lived his love from the first time that Barb mentioned starting the BCA 5K to bring awareness and to raise funds to find a cure for brain cancer. Barb was at the first race but lost her battle to this horrible disease. But she would be very proud of Tom and all that he has done to help the seed grow that she planted. Tom's love continued year after year to share hope and to let others know that they were not alone. The board decided to join with the Head for the Cure. This allows us to continue to bring a greater awareness and to reach even more researchers to find a cure. Tom's love for others is evident in the fruit that has grown from that tiny seed. Thank you, Tom, for all that you do. I love you. Rolando Bustamante, nominated by Brooke Bustamante. Rolando has been by my side throughout this unexpected bump in the road. He has supported me and continues to love me in my shenanigans, diet, and lifestyle changes. He works full-time and manages to come home and cook amazing and healthy food for both me and our 2-year-old son. We love you, Papa, and we appreciate your love and support. Jeffrey Panza, nominated by Melinda Angelis. My husband, Jeff Panza, was a caregiver to my family and me as much as my dad. The support he gave us made him truly an unsung hero. Even before Jeff officially became part of my family, he had made the extra effort to meet and exceed their expectations. So when my father got sick and my priorities, needs, and activities rapidly shifted, it didn't take long before Jeff served as a key element in logistics, picking up me, my sisters, meals, or other odds and ends that came up. He made sure that we had a constant flow of ginger ale, Reese's Cups, Take 5 candy bars, carrot cake, and avocado smoothies, which were staples in my dad's post-tumor diet. Jeff also thought beyond our requests and picked up some pizza when we didn't have dinner, bubble tea as a treat, or cans of beer to enjoy during outdoor backyard lunches with my dad. He had made sure my family was a priority in his schedule and drove us everywhere. In order to maximize my dad's quality of life, we took him on various experiences, including bi-weekly bouts to the Rivers Casino when his health allowed it. Before his sickness, he would go on a daily basis. Jeff's Volvo station wagon became our emergency accessible vehicle. Jeff helped with difficult transfers to his passenger seat to make sure we arrived at a Steelers preseason game on time in the casino before the free play expired at midnight. Possibly what I find most impressive is that Jeff has gone beyond his comfort zone and not only accompanied me on many visits to the hospital, but also went to the hospital when I couldn't myself. He broke out of his own introverted shell by meeting and conversing with other family members and friends who visited my dad. I know that the hospital and social environments are not ideal for him, so being voluntarily exposed to a combination of the two was amazing in itself. Jeff was in the shadows, helping out any and every way he could, as a thoughtful gopher and problem solver, a driver to me and my family, a personal accessible transit for my dad, a reliable presence always looking for ways to help, and an ever-present shoulder to cry on, all without ever asking for recognition or thanks. Marissa Angeles Lewis, nominated by Melinda Angeles. In the emergency room when we found out about my dad's brain tumor, only a handful of people were there. The doctor who read the CT scan, my father, my mother, me, and my oldest sister Marissa, who was video calling us on the phone. Immediately after the call, Marissa canceled her upcoming vacation to Mexico, booked a flight from San Diego to Pittsburgh, and was at the hospital with us within 48 hours. Over the next 3 months after our father was diagnosed with grade 4 glioblastoma, Marissa rearranged her work and doctorate studies and flew across the country 10 times. Having graduated with a nursing degree and spending over 10 years in the hospital wearing different hats, her experience and knowledge was crucial for keeping up with all of our dad's prescriptions, observing odd behavior, pinpointing which medications may be causing negative symptoms, and suggesting other treatment options and innovative research studies to the neuro-oncologists. I could tell that Marissa's cheerful presence made a world of difference and gave our dad comfort in an unfamiliar hospital environment. I know firsthand that as a caregiver, Marissa was responsible for improving my own demeanor after my craniotomy. She stayed by my side through the night, even when visiting hours were over. She hid in the closet and carefully cleaned the incision site so I didn't feel disgusting from the surgery. Likewise, Marissa made sure that our dad was never alone. When she was in town, she always opted to stay with him. She made sure that our dad kept his pokey looks by making sure he stays shaved and cleaned, especially when company would come by to visit. Marissa was helpful in the home environment as well. Trying to replicate what the nursing staff did when we didn't have them to help us was intimidating. Marissa understood what home hospice care demanded of our family. I could tell that Marissa wanted to stay in Pittsburgh to be physically available at all times, but even when she was 2,500 miles away, she found a way to be present. After our dad passed away, she continued the work that our dad had to leave behind, taking care of our mom. Based on conversations with our dad in the last few months of his life, his proudest achievement was the family that he created. He and my sisters know how much our mom relied on him. While Marissa could have left Pittsburgh after our dad's funeral, she took a month off of work to help our mom get her insurance, pension, and other important paperwork in order and make sure that she wasn't alone. Even now, she consistently checks in on our mom and makes sure she gets what she needs. I know that our dad is looking down, grateful and proud of Marissa. She is an amazing and innate caregiver, and I am so lucky to have her in my life. Melissa Angeles, nominated by Melinda Angeles. For as long as I could remember, my dad always referred to my sister Melissa as Mini-Me. While this is mainly because they share a very similar likeness, I would also attribute the moniker to the thoughtfulness, smart, practical thinking, and physical and emotional strength that they both possess. After we found out about our dad's brain tumor, Melissa had put a significant hold on her career, taking over a month off to be with us. Later, while our dad was nearing the end of his stay at the skilled nursing facility, Melissa thought ahead, measured all of his medical equipment, and created detailed hand-drawn floor plans of our parents' basement. With these measurements and drawings, she came up with layout possibilities and spent several nights clearing out, cleaning, and setting up the home for hospice. At home, the way she documented his schedule, meal times, when he took medications, and other related notes impressed many medical professionals who had seen the whiteboard above our dad's bed. Melissa's superhuman capabilities amazed me. She was constantly determined to improve our dad's physical strength, and she became the after-hours extension of occupational and physical therapy sessions. She would take notes on what exercises were done at the hospital and replicate them at home. Sometimes she would get him to tap his foot and dance to Motown, do air push-ups, or work on bridging techniques. Since our dad lost sensation on the left side of his body, she gave him a squeaky toy so he would receive an auditory cue that his left hand was grabbing the ball. It became very apparent that our mom and I could not handle taking care of our dad by ourselves, but it really seemed like Melissa could. She was the master of transferring our dad, a man who was easily 50 pounds heavier than herself, from the bed to the wheelchair to a car or to any location he needed to move to. I really don't think she slept that whole month she was in Pittsburgh, since she immediately responded to anything our dad needed at all hours of the day and night. When we had to take him from home hospice to the hospice, Melissa made sure to stay awake and keep talking to our dad until 12:03 a.m. when our father passed away. Hearing is thought to be the last sense to go in the dying process, and Melissa made sure that our dad knew that we loved him so much. Afterwards, Melissa had encouraged me to join her in supporting local brain cancer groups. With Melissa's guidance, we are determined to continue our dad's legacy and further research and awareness activities across the country.